Hey, it's Livia. Okay, so I was looking on Facebook today and this comment came through and someone was asking about how they help love themselves, like increase and fill that love bucket or fill their cup where they feel loved no matter what other people are doing. So taking responsibility for that on your own to make sure that you're feeling loved. So I commented and I left a bunch of different ideas, and one of them that I said was I time. And her question or her reply was, well, what's I time? And so I thought, well, I'm just going to make it easy because there's so many people that ask over and over again. And if we just have a video about it, it just makes life easier because then I can just say, hey, there's a video, go watch it. It'll explain the whole thing. So maybe we'll do a series on ways that you can love yourself and that you can show that love and you can nurture the love for yourself so that you're that's my alarm. That was funny. Okay, so that your bucket can be full, so then you can give from that place of overflow rather than feeling like everyone needs you in all the different places, but you're so depleted that you just can't give. And I found that as I focus on nurturing me and taking responsibility for that on my own, it allows my time to expand and my energy to expand, and it allows me to be able to reach here and help all the people that come and all those that I'm called to help. And it allows me to keep going and to replenish my bucket and to do it quicker and easier. And so then I can continue to serve and to feel good about who I am and what I'm doing. And even though those human moments happen and we get knocked down and it's like, oh, that was a really hard day or a really hard hour, that you can shorten that curve from when things are hard to, I don't dwell on it for 3 weeks or 3 months or 3 years, but I can shorten that down because I'm taking care of me, body, mind, and soul. I'm nurturing myself. Okay, so let's hop in. We're going to talk about I time. So when I say I time, I mean eyes, like these eyes. Take time with your eyes. Okay, so for I time, you can do it with a person, but today we're going to talk about how you can do it with yourself to nurture that relationship with you. So what you do is you get a mirror and you're going to hold your mirror up and you're going to look at yourself in your eyes. Okay, because the eyes are the window to the soul. So deep inside of you, if you think about it, when was the last time that you really looked deep into your own eyes? You know, we get ready, and I realized as I started learning this years ago that I'd get ready and I'd look at my hair and I'd look at my clothes and make sure that everything was tucked in right and, you know, all the stuff to make sure that I was prepared, but I didn't really make eye contact with me. And I was like, oh my gosh. And I find that when really hard things happen in my life, it's like that'll go and I won't have that eye contact with me. And I notice I'll have shorter eye contact with others. And it's like, okay, I need to bring it back, and train yourself to be able to look into the soul of someone else or into the soul of yourself. And just having that deeper connection with another human is really powerful and it's very healing. So whether you're trying to heal from something or if you just need to have that more sense of love. So there's a few different ways that you can do this. Okay, so for eye time, one, you can just, when you're getting ready in the morning, just make sure you look at yourself in the eyes and you can just say, I love you, you're awesome. And just communicate with yourself and talking to yourself and reminding yourself that you are amazing and that you're awesome and that there's good things in you and that you're doing good. Or if you're having a hard time, you can say, hey, today we got a lot going on and it's going to be really, really crazy, but I know that we can do this. And just remember to be calm and remember peace. And you can give yourself like this little pep talk in the mirror, which is super great. You can talk to yourself about your goals and you can be like, oh my goodness, when this happens, it's going to be so amazing. And this is what's going to happen. And this is what it's going to feel like. And this is what it tastes like. And this is who I'm going to meet. And this is what I'm going to do. Or even just about sorry, I shook my desk. Even just about your kids and your day. So it's just kind of another level. So in the morning, I'll lay there with my hand on my heart and I'll put one on my belly and I'll just breathe and I'll express gratitude. Thank you, God, that I'm alive. Thank you that I'm here another day. And this is kind of my plan for what's going on in my day. And I'll imagine what that's like and how it's going to play out. And that helps to create that in the day because you start the day with that right energy. Okay. So the same thing with your eye time. You can give yourself that pep talk. You can talk about your day. Sometimes when I'm really trying to increase this skill level, I will set a timer for 10 minutes or 5 minutes, whatever you feel like you can do. Start baby steps. If you've never done this and it's like, oh, it's scary to look at my own eyeballs, then give it 60 seconds, and then move to 2 minutes and 3 minutes and 5 minutes. I did it one day and I was like, I think I was going to do 5 or maybe it was 10. And I set the timer and I put it on my bed. And so I have this like a closet mirror. And so I was sitting like Indian style. You can't see my legs, but I just had Indian style on my chair. Okay, so I got my Indian style sitting there and I had the mirror and it was like right here. And I'm like, okay, 10 minutes, here we go. I'm gonna just talk to myself for 10 minutes. And you can do it whether you're just expressing whatever needs to come out of you. You can do it as though you are you talking to your younger self. So like maybe you had something really traumatic happen when you were a kid and you have these false beliefs that you've held on to and these perceptions of the world that aren't helping you. Maybe you feel like people are scary or you can't trust people or whatever. You can have a conversation kind of with your younger self. So I would be, as me now, looking in the mirror, talking to that younger self and telling them, wow, this is what I've learned. And this is what I know about that experience. Maybe I've talked to the person who was in that experience with me and realized their point of view or whatever's going on, to be able to communicate that with yourself, really like talking to that inner self. Or you can speak to yourself as though you're you in the future. So you could be like, hey, I have this big goal, this big dream, this big something that I'm working on, or I'm in this trial now. And so I can imagine what would that be like on the other side of it? What would it be like 5 or 10 years out? And so I'm then me in the future looking back and giving myself now a pep talk saying, oh, okay, it's okay. I know things are hard right now, but it's going to get better. And just imagine this is what it's going to be like. And you're making such a good difference and you're being able to reach the people that you need to reach and help the people that you're called to help. And wasn't it amazing the way that God pulled everything together and brought things into your world and helped you solve that challenge that seems so insurmountable right now? Just hold tight. It's going to be okay. And so you gave yourself that pep talk. Or you can just look at yourself. Sorry, I'm getting used to these new glasses. I'm not sure I love them yet. So you can just sit and like look at yourself and just try to keep that eye contact and smile. Feel like, oh, wow, okay, I love you. You're amazing. And you are so brave. And oh my gosh, you just did that thing and it was so hard. Or that kid that you have was just so mad and he screamed at you. And you are okay. You're a good mom and it's going to be okay. And, you know, he's going to turn out to be a great and wonderful person, and just keep loving them where they're at, you know, love the person where they're at and let them grow in their own speed, whatever that is, whatever you feel that you need. And you'll kind of be guided, or even if you just set the timer for silence and you're like, okay, I'm going to sit here and I'm just going to look in my eyeballs for 30 seconds, for 5 minutes, for 10 minutes, and just watch where your brain goes. And is giving yourself that stillness, that time with yourself, is really powerful. So thank you to the person who posted that question, because it was good for me to reflect on that, because I actually have a little card that I had a goal that I wanted to do eye time for 10 minutes, 10 times or 5 times or something. And I realized it's still sitting there because I haven't stopped for 10 minutes to give myself that deep connection for 10 minutes in several weeks. So thank you for the reminder. I will be doing that for myself again very soon. And I hope this was helpful for someone else out there in the world, and feel free to share it if you can know anyone else who it might benefit. I probably post it on YouTube, so leave comments. I think down there is where it will be when you're on YouTube. Let me know if you try it and how it works for you. You can email me at livia@learnlivefly.com. I will also put a link in the comments if you have any questions. If you're like, oh, I'm dealing with this challenge and I just like some support on it, you can fill out the little form, send me a question, and then I'll just take all the thoughts that roll around in my head as though if we were sitting one-on-one in a mentoring call or a coaching call, and I was sitting there and talking and helping you through whatever challenge you're going through, what would I tell you? So it's kind of like a coaching call, but it's free. So you can just put on whatever question is, and I'll make some videos like this to help you in whatever way that I can. And I'll just squeeze them in the cracks and whatever else is going on in my life, and go with where the spirit guides me and what I'm supposed to share and when to share it and where to post it. So subscribe, hit the bell, the likey, the YouTube like thing, whatever, and comment and ask a question if you want. I'll post the link in the comments. Okay, bye.